Hi Aquarius, welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Aquarius is Vattumannen in Swedish. I am Swedish, and so I will use a few Swedish words here and there where I feel like maybe the English needs some clarification. If you wonder what I'm doing, throwing out random words in a crazy language. You guys are staying put on Fridays for your reading. If you wonder where any of your other signs went, if you're like cross-watching something or you're on the cusp between two signs and like, yeah, then they probably are still today. But because you're right in between. So look in the description box and you find the other signs. I have switched it around a bit. So let's just get into it. Aquarius, it's my Ellen DeGeneres people. I don't say that about any other sign. I only say Ellen DeGeneres for the Aquariuses. I'm going to find out other people for other signs that we know of. Just love Ellen. She brings good energy. Yeah, I'm doing 3 cards and I'm looking at them at the same time because it gives me a bit of a story to what's going on in your life. We're just entering into Scorpio season, so it's a lot of Scorpio birthdays out there, and we have then activated a lot of deep emotions, a lot of like feeling the truth, feeling the feeling of it. No escaping of anything really. And I just want to add, I don't know if you relate to this, but I do feel a bit weird and like just, it's not even the other day anymore. It has gone on for maybe almost a week. I just felt like something hit me, like a wave of something, and that wave sort of made me want to go within and stay there and not come out. And like I'm doing these videos and I'm fine. I function in my everyday life, but it's like I'm almost disconnected to the rest of the world, to the rest of the energy, and it's like a layer just on top of everything. It's really weird, and I can't really describe how it feels like. I try to describe it for Capricorn, and it came out like a metaphor to me, but it might sound really weird to you. But like if you had a death in your family, the impact of that death minus the grief, like just something, just, you know, you maybe not all people wants to go into this silent space and stay there if they had somebody near to them that crossed over to the other side. I'm just trying to explain it. Maybe some of you guys out there feeling what I'm feeling, and you can resonate with it, and if you do, I'm with you. I think it's just an upgrade to like a next level thing here on planet Earth, and it's going to be pretty exciting to see what comes out of it. That's all I have to say. Yeah, 3 cards here. Oh, gorgeous. Oh my God. Aquarius. Ellen. First card out, 7 heavenly virtues, keys to goodness. Yep. Second card out is moving forward, get ready for positive change. Last card, epiphany, seek clarity. It's my Phoenix rising. I mean, this is just gorgeous, gorgeous energy. Give me a moment to see what is going on. Yeah. First, I want to say there's just something about touching the ground, like your feet is touching the ground. You're coming down from something. So maybe you have been out of sorts a bit, and you have like the card overall is just such an amazing card. It's amazing. It's like, it doesn't get any better than this. When the 7 heavenly virtues card comes out, it's talking about that every area in your life is about to shift, and then for the better. And you can see how you're on the receiving end from the universe. You're just stretching your arms out and your hands, and you're just receiving, like a star is falling into your hands. But it's something about touching ground, like touching base. I want to say like touching base. Blah, blah, blah. Like you needed, something happened, or like in the past, I feel like something happened and you've needed some time to come down to touch ground again, to touch base, to touch home base. I don't know if this makes any sense. It's not so wishy-washy anymore. It's not so all over the place anymore. It's like you've touched the ground and you can finally put an anchor down. Like I'm on my boat and it's been very rocky and you've been on these stormy seas, and then all of a sudden just everything turns calm, and it's like, and I get a bit dizzy when I'm saying this. So definitely there has been change and there has been a shift. You might actually experience these dizzy spells, yrväder, att man blir yr emellanåt. You might actually physically experience them as well, but it's just always my sign for that it has been a change. And if you feel like you're going through a change, or you just had an epiphany about something and you realize something and something shifts, you can start to have these dizzy spells as well. So with that said, there is something that has shifted, and you were on that boat and it was a bit rocky, and then it turned really calm, and it's like finally it's like I can put my anchor down, I can just drop it here and it will set in, and I'm finally touching ground, I'm touching home base. It's not just touching base, just any base, it's home base. So with this shift, I feel like it's not just, I mean, it is the areas where you've been thinking about wanting a different outcome, just different than what you are in at the moment, and it can be for anything and everything in your life. And since it's the 7 heavenly virtues, it's for so many. You start to shift one thing and just the next follows. I mean, we often hear it when it's prone to accidents. It's like in Swedish we have this expression, en olycka kommer sällan ensam. In English I would say you're waiting for the other shoe to drop. But if you really translate it from Swedish, it would be one accident rarely comes alone. Rarely, like you rarely just see one accident. So when one thing starts to happen in a bad way, then just another and another and another. Yeah, that's the law of attraction in full bloom. You're not focused on something, and then the next comes and the next comes in the same vibration. But it also works for the good. Like goodness rarely comes alone, because now you're focused on the good. So I feel like one thing starts to shift for you. It's like one thought has shifted something for you. One thought has shifted the way you see something, someone, a situation. You've done something differently. And now you're starting to see changes in this whatever area. And that's going to like have a ripple effect and now bleed into, in a good way, the next area, and then the next area, and then the next area. It's like you almost don't have time to keep up with the good stuff that is starting to come your way now. And so it's been rocky, but you're settling in, you're touching ground, and you're about to receive. Do you see how close that star is to her hands? Like it's just this close for you to receive something. And it's just going to be the first thing of so many things that's going to ripple effect into ringa på vattnet, that is. That's your basic energy for the upcoming week, and it's gorgeous. This probably I would describe as almost the exact same card. It's talking about how it's been stale and stagnant and cold, rather freezing, and you're coming out of it. It says moving forward, get ready for positive change. And you're starting to defrost, you're starting to warm up, and you're starting to get some color. It's not like you've been in the sun, but you are starting to warm up to something. And it's not so... whether that's you or the situation that you're dealing with, or person that you're dealing with, or people that you're dealing with, everyday life that you're dealing with, whether that's you or you have to feel that for yourself. Maybe it's both. Maybe you've been quite stiff, quite stagnant feeling in yourself, maybe a bit like almost shut down, almost a bit frozen like this, and you're defrosting. And because you're defrosting, the situations around you are defrosting as well. But you might experience it as if the things around you are defrosting, or people around you are defrosting, like becoming warmer towards you. And it's just that's a mirroring, because whether they started it or you started it, at some level, if you wouldn't be there, you wouldn't start to recognize that, or you wouldn't start to see those changes if you weren't somewhere in the vicinity of it. So, I mean, how basically law of attraction works is that you do the defrosting and everything around you starts to defrost as well. So, and it's also, she looks very much like the Statue of Liberty, Frihetsgudinnan in New York. And it's that bigness. I am drawn to talk about New York, and I'm drawn to talk about the Statue of Liberty in the sense that she signifies freedom. And so there's the magnitude of how we describe New York, like how I've been to New York 2 times in my life. And it's just so profoundly huge. It's so big, like the vastness and the energy of it is just so much. And so I feel that pulse in the energy around you. So there's big shifts here. There's big changes here for you. Fundamental shifts leading to freedom. With that Statue of Liberty here, with the spikes that the Frihetsgudinna have, you're moving into freedom. These shifts and this change is going to lead into freedom, where you feel free. So however that's going to like apply in your life and shift in your life, it's going to lead you to feel free. Gorgeous. And then this almost feels like it's almost the same card as well, because you are coming, the Phoenix Rising is just talking about how you are coming out of something. You dealt with something and you are coming out of something, and you did it, you survived. And not only did you survive, you've shifted. It was a long time coming, and I feel like you're still coming, you're still learning, you're still coming out of it. But you're on your way. We are moving out from this cold situation, this stagnant situation, and we are moving forward. We are looking forward. The powerhouse of the polar bear as well, I didn't even mention that, like how much power is with you in the forward movement, sort of is unstoppable at this point. Not really, but it really is. Like there's so much momentum that you have gathered now. And so with the Phoenix Rising, and I call this my Phoenix Rising dancing, because she's not coming out of any... I mean, of course, the whole story about the Phoenix Rising is that you have been on fire and really were brought down just to ashes. And from these ashes, you rise again. So, of course, you come out of it. But you don't see, like, not so new that you just came out of it, because you don't see any ashes here on the bottom. She's just up there dancing. And this goes for a man as well, of course. And then there's a lot of birds there on her side, which talks about freedom. So you're really moving into a good place, a freer place, where you can stretch your wings and just be yourself. then there's a peacock feathers there on the bottom. So it's talking about a soulmate relationship, perhaps. If you resonate with this story at all, come with me to the extended in the description box below. If this is where we part ways, then thank you so much for watching. And please subscribe if you haven't already. Maybe on your way out. Take care. Happy new moon, everybody. Bye.